Jolan true, Centurions, and welcome to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Plus Mod. I'm Rear Admiral Tiark of the Dreadnought RAS Galia X-Ray, as we continue our campaign against the United Federation of Planets. Having secured our primary outpost here at 13-9, we continue to press out against the evil Federation. Evil and Federation just doesn't seem to go together. I kind of think we may be the bad guys in this conflict. But anyway, I think we may be topped off in supplies. We're good on that, we're good on that, and we're mostly good on that. So yeah, I think we're ready to go. So let's push back out and start trying to secure the space around our very important holdings of 13-9. This planet is incredibly important to us right now. If we were to lose it, well, the nearest starbase / planet that we can work off from is no less than 3 tiles away. So yeah, it's kind of important that we hold here. So let us kick off, increase our speed. Let's see how fast we can go. I don't recall. It has been several days since I last played, but hopefully it's rather quick. I don't anticipate it being nearly as quick as our gigantic ship was, or not gigantic. The, God, what was the name of the ship? I don't remember anymore. Our light dreadnought. The small little light dreadnought that we used to have. It was capable of going at a speed of 25. It was quite impressive. We're not quite that quick in this. I'm thinking we're at 19. And we also carry a heck of a lot more firepower. There appears to be a freighter way out here in the position where normally the enemy escort would spawn. So that's some kind of Q ship, I would assume, an LMDR. Not sure what that is. We also have an FQL, the Trust. I assume there's something after that, or it could just be, a federal trust. The F2 Free Trader, the FT3 Free Trader, and an FNT Blue something. So yeah, this apparently is whatever is currently escorting the convoy. So I am not at all concerned. We'll lock you up and send one of these after you. Lock you up and send one of these after you. I don't think I set the first one up to go after something. You. And you. So one of you is not currently set out to go kill everything, but the other one is. So we're going to come in here, take on this freighter with all of our firepower, and us being a dreadnought is a fairly considerable amount of firepower. I'm really surprised that this is all that got sent our way. Unless you're a monitor. Are you? Well, you're not. You're an LMDR. You are equipped with no less than 2 missile launchers. Okay. Not concerned in the slightest anymore. Let's go and absolutely rock his world. Prepare the pseudo-torpedoes. We will engage at a range of 15. Fire now. All the pseudo-torpedoes out his way. See what he does with that. I'm assuming it's going to prompt a Wild Weasel response. It would be very foolish if he didn't, and there it is. The Wild Weasel has been launched. All of those plasma torpedoes are going in after that random shuttle, and he will find out that not a single one does any damage to the shuttle itself. Wonderful. I am, however, hearing proximity photon torpedoes, so I think one of the ships that yeah, it's this FQL, isn't it? Yeah, he turned to engage, and he's started to shoot at my my little tiny guys. Be safe, guys. Try not to die. We'll just continue to come around. Wait till he hits a speed of 4 and the Wild Weasel stops functioning. There it is. Fire everything that you have into him. And, if you've got phasers. Boom. Cracked. So that's the first of the Q ships down. We're going to come in after the next one. We're going to focus on the FQL. The F2T, yeah, it's only equipped with 3 phaser 3s. Not much of a concern at all. You are also super lightly armed, and you are also very lightly armed. Which one are you? Okay, so you are in the front slot there. So you please attack him. And we'll continue to come along and engage this FQL on our own. We should be able to handle it pretty decently. We still have 2 plasma torpedoes fully ready to go. The Trust No One. Excellent name. So we'll fire our twin plasma torpedoes off in this direction. I hope... Nope, he did have a Wild Weasel stowed away and ready to rock. So that kind of sucks. Does mean that we've wasted most of our firepower. We'll turn away, use our stern weapons on him. That should give us the only bang for our buck at this point, because all of our other weapons are currently being used. Wow, he's fired his photon torpedoes into our stern, and only managed to hit 1. Luckily, our little pseudo-frigates, they totally have our back, and are wiping out the enemy with alacrity. How are you guys doing up here? Almost destroyed them? No, not quite. Still working on it. We are going to continue to focus on this FQL simply because it's the heaviest armored thing, and I think we should be able to get up and after this FT3 before it can actually escape. Famous last words. The Romulans not exactly great on this sort of convoy hunting. You'd think they would be. But no, the fact that they're so very heavily emphasizing the Alpha Strike with such a long period of time, they can only take out a couple of ships in the space of what a normal Federation vessel would be able to do if they were on the same convoy mission. Somewhat sad. Let's get the R-type plasma torpedo in here on this, see what it does. And I will follow up with everything else if I have to. All the other torpedoes. Let's see what you do with that one. Nope, that was enough to kill you, and now we move on to our final target, which apparently is under plasma attack by this fighter. Excellent job. So let's move to catch up as soon as we can. I just realized that we didn't increase our shield power at all during this mission. That's actually somewhat scary. We're currently doing a speed of 26-ish. I do say ish because this display is not exactly accurate for what we call for until we actually get there. The massive amounts of ship parts floating around here. And I think we can increase the speed of time. We're just chasing after it. He's not going to get away. I mean, there is no escape from our mighty forces. And by the time we make it there, some of our plasma torpedoes should be ready, and we'll be able to annihilate him. And he did Wild Weasel on that one, so slow down the speed of time, get ready with everything else to shoot, wait for it to go away. Now, just in time for all of our plasma. Well, most of our plasma. Slightly before the time the rest of our more heavy plasmas were available. So managing to accomplish the mission without too much trouble, and that will allow us to push on to try and secure more territory. 212 prestige, yeah, kind of expected. I mean, it wasn't a very difficult mission after all. Unfortunately, we're going right into a base assault, which in a Condor, I'm not 100% confident of that. And it's a Merak starbase too. Oh, wonderful. Let's hit the red alert, increase our speed up to that wonderful speed of 19. We will prep the Wild Weasel just in case. You never quite know. It did say a Merak starbase, but we do see Federation vessels. So, way out here is a dreadnought. Let's find out exactly what kind of dreadnought. A heavy dreadnought X-type, and we are currently being escorted by a C-7X. This is a battlecruiser. So, a little bit outgunned, I feel. Although we're a plasma-armed race, we're almost never really outgunned by non-plasma-armed races. I mean, in the amount of sheer phaser firepower that it can put out, yeah, but our alpha damage is huge. And, oh god, that's a battleship. Are you a battleship carrier? No, you're just a normal battleship. Very unconfident now of being able to take on this starbase. In fact, I think I should run. I really do think I should probably run from this. This C7 is not going to be near enough to accomplish anything here. This battleship's going to come in and just utterly gut us. What kind of starbase are we looking at, too? If we know what kind of starbase we're fighting, then we can plan for that. If it's a little starbase, then it might be worth trying to fight our way through this. If it's a big starbase, then absolutely no way we're out of here, because we'll never be able to crush this and the starbase itself. So we're going to drift in here, sort of figure out what's going on, and then probably run. Because I'm anticipating a very large starbase. We are relatively deep inside Federation territory at this part. I have many, many misgivings about this. We owned one of these heavy dreadnoughts once, and then we got blown up by an intergalactic monster. It was not fun. Alright, get ready to fire all the plasma torpedoes. Fire all the plasma torpedoes. I want to bait out this Wild Weasel early. Incoming photon torpedo fire. A lot of photon torpedo fire. Wow. We've already lost a very important part of our ship. Yeah. Probe, give me a close look at exactly what this thing is. Because if this is what I think it is, we want no part of it. Of course, this being the gigantic starbase that we first saw in the movies. I don't think this starbase ever actually showed up in the original series proper. I do think this was a movie one. Yeah, we are not breaking this. Not with the ships that we have at our disposal. If we had multiple battleships, we would stand a chance. But against a battleship and a heavy dreadnought escorted only by a Klingon C-7, absolutely not. We are gone. I'm not even going to bother deploying the pseudo-frigates because I don't want to waste them. We'll patch up the ship because we did take hits through our shields. It's an SBX, holy crap, so it's an X-type refit of a starbase. We're gone. No thank you. Wow, the sound effects for these torpedoes when moving at fast speed is quite loud. And currently being chased, of course, by a small group of fighters, which we could turn around and destroy, but it's not worth anything. So yeah, I am not about to throw my ship away at that sort of battle. If we were escorted by 2 other battleships, sure, we'd give this a shot. But on our own, essentially, because that C-7 is not going to do nearly enough to anything. I don't think he's managed to breach the shields on anything yet. Yeah, we're just gone. Goodbye. Nice to know you. Well, not really. I would prefer to never see you ever again. Although I don't know if that battleship is actually in this area of space or if it's a random generation. Yeah, I was not able to successfully assault the base. No surprise there. But we can go on a random patrol. If we run into that battleship on patrol, I think we can take it. But escorting a heavy dreadnought and then with the actual mission objective to be to destroy a massive starbase? No way. So I did think I saw 2 ships over there, so we're going to have to keep that in mind. Come over here to prep the Wild Weasel, increase our speed to, what, 18, I think? With a 18 with a Wild Weasel prep. Because we do want to charge our plasma torpedoes at maximum power. Also come in here, forward shields, reinforce to the maximum. Double check this, cycle the battery just in case, we don't want to actually waste it. And we'll increase the speed of time. We've got a light cruiser over here, and it is a NVL, so this is a light cruiser carrier X-type refit. And reminds me of the strike cruiser design, with the way that its nacelles are shaped. And we're also looking at a Orion light cruiser, which I'm not concerned with at all. Probably didn't need the Wild Weasel, but it's nice to have. Oh crap, I should have set up for the shotgun. How many of these fighters do you have? You have 2 groups of fighters. Okay. I need to think. Okay, so slow down the speed of time so we can plan this properly. You are getting 2. Fire all the pseudos. You are getting R-type plasma torpedo. Fire. And then need to be seeing over here by you. You are getting S and S. Yeah, so the permit did definitely drop the Wild Weasel, which was expected. Now let's increase speed back up to normal. And luckily, his Wild Weasels cannot support other ships. Let's kill him. Okay, so we've taken care of the permit's entire fire complement. The permit is, I wouldn't say especially well armed. I really wouldn't. She's equipped with 6 phaser 1s, 2 phaser 3s. Of course, you know, the very annoying ability to transport mines out the back. And a single missile launcher. So this is very similar to the light carrier that we were in back in Season 1. I'm noticing a lot of callbacks this season to that. Well, mainly because we're fighting the people that we were in Season 1. So we should be able to defeat him pretty handily. I mean, we do have a fairly decent phaser complement. Slow down a little bit. We don't need all that speed. He doesn't have all that much defense left. Let our point defense phasers work. And now everything we've got, blast that into him. And let him spread out the damage all he wants. We're just going to steadily plink down his shields. That's going to be annoying. And let's not lose the stern shield if at all possible, because that would be even more annoying. Actually, let's be smart about this, and remember that we bring 4 fully functional plasma torpedo boats with 2 of their plasma torpedoes on their own. And oh, you actually called one back. Fire all phasers right now. Anything you've got, shoot now. And we've lost our stern shield to that bloody Orion. I'm not happy at all. Keep firing at that little fighter. Oh, looks like our pseudo frigates have it. Thank you. Now let's target the permit again. Focus on this. We will destroy you. You cannot stop us. Repair work, the phaser 3 is dented, but I'm going to ignore that. Looking at you. Do I have a pseudo torpedo yet? No, we're only about halfway there. I think it takes about 2 cycles to recharge that. By 2 cycles, I mean 6 turns. And the permit taking a little bit of damage from the plasma torpedoes. Just a constant stream of plasma hitting them. Although they can shoot super torpedoes as well. Fire this at you. I will fire much heavier weapons at you if you do that again. Because I can. I am fully capable of turning this thing around on a dime. Because, you know, hilarious reasons. Let's reverse this turn now that he's fired his torpedoes, or his phasers. We do need some repair work. It's always the little Federation ships, the ones that you kind of discount. Although, to be fair, it was a fighter carrier. And carriers are especially dangerous. For many reasons, but most of which because fighters are undoubtedly powerful. If at some point we get around to like fixing this so that larger, more advanced ships have more advanced fighters, that's going to be an absolute nightmare. Because it's already a... Fighting carriers is already a pain when you have to fight something that's equipped with... Please tell me that wasn't a Wild Weasel. It was not. Okay, excellent. Where was I going with it? Oh yeah, even fighting just normal Hawks, which are the smallest of the Federation fighters, it is an absolute pain to have to duel with them. If we have to fight, like, vultures, and the ones armed with, you know, the multiple photon torpedo launchers, that's going to be a nightmare. A challenge that I revel in, and I would definitely like to do, but it will be a nightmare when we get that fixed. Because I do think you can fix it. I'm fairly certain, 90% certain, that a lot of the X-type carriers have bigger and better fighter squadrons. So I'm almost positive that you can set the fighter squadron based on the ship. And then it would just be a process of selecting a heavy group of fighters depending on the era. So incoming missiles sensor, we've just activated our point defense system. We'll continue to fire in. This won't kill you, I don't think? Nah, light cruisers are a bit tougher than that, but he's definitely getting close. Lashing out with the phasers, causing quite a bit of damage. Pseudo-frigates. When you get to high levels, you are absolutely astonishingly powerful. I think Lyran pseudo-frigates are probably the worst of them, though. I mean, yeah, the final version of them that you can get is able to equip expanding sphere generators, but one, the expanding sphere generator was an interesting and fun thing to do, and allowed us to set our speed record for accomplishing a campaign, but they're also not as cool as plasma torpedoes. Maybe it's just because, you know, watching a stream of plasma torpedoes being blasted out every which direction is highly entertaining. Our Gorn one was very successful as well. So another patrol on here, kicking out against the Federation a bit more. We're just trying to secure ground at this point. You know, sort of be a bit in a holding pattern so that we can get all prepared to push in deeper, rebuilding our stocks of prestige and making sure that this planet is not under threat. That's going to be key. So we've increased our speed, and we are currently escorted today by the RIS Tiro, which appears to be a Hawk cruiser. You are a Regal Hawk, because you have the R-type plasma torpedo. I think. I'm fairly certain that's which one it was. So a Regal Hawk heavy cruiser. Very nice ships. The Hawk class tend to be very quickly. Currently squaring off against the Federation heavy cruiser. It is an HVX, a heavy carrier. Let's fire the the probe out to get an exact idea of what he's dealing with. Not sensing anything else on our sensors at this time, so it's just us against a carrier. And we did duel with a light cruiser carrier and had, well, problems. That's actually pretty impressive. Wow. So you're a full-on heavy cruiser with no less than 10, 12 phaser X's. That's a battleship. Well, not a battleship. That's a dreadnought right there. That is really, truly impressive. I think we need to slow down, and we have a cloaking cost of 30. So all the way down to here. One more. Goodbye. Yes, we're going to disappear for a little bit while we think and plan. Okay, so do we want to charge up enveloping torpedoes? Not really, but I may want to shotgun them. That might be useful. It depends on how many fighter squadrons he's got. I think we set the R-type plasma torpedo to a shotgun torpedo. I don't know if it's going to be charged in time or not now. I may end up regretting that. You have two groups of fighters. I was expecting a lot more than that. We're going to do the old, you're going to shoot everything you've got at me and not touch me, and then I'm going to decloak and blast at your fighters. Although you honestly are a fairly powerful heavy cruiser anyway. 12 phaser ones and 4 photon torpedoes. He has wasted the photon torpedoes. It's going to take him 2 turns to get those back. He's slowed down pretty severely, actually. And those fighters are going after the Regal Hawk, which I did not know Regal Hawks were carriers. Interesting. If the fighters are going to go after that, then I'm going to be in a very nice position. Was that? No, that was 4 of your phasers. I want you to fire more of them before I decloak. Okay, that was good enough. 2 plasma torpedoes. We're going to fire all the pseudos right now. Hi! Surprise. Yeah, that R-type plasma torpedo was going to get eaten anyway. I don't want to be here. All phasers. Good. Okay, so he has no more fighters. And I really want to be able to fire into you, but I know that I'm asking for pain. We are really asking for pain right here. So, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Come on, disappear. Oh no, you're just putting a ton of power into that. Okay. That was what I was expecting, honestly. He did knock out our forward shields with just his phaser firepower alone. I'm assuming he didn't overload, because I'm willing to bet he would have dealt a lot more damage. Stern firing phasers, if you please. Yes, we're able to get a couple more shots in. So the pseudo-frigates making relatively short work of this. Oh, I didn't realize there were more fighters out there. I thought they were all dead. Now they are. So yeah, I was expecting a little bit more of a challenge, although we are being escorted by a fairly capable heavy cruiser. Regal Hawks are nice ships. We never bought them because, personally, I think the two S's are better than the single R. I may be wrong on that one. I'm not a Romulan player. I mean, you've basically seen the entire extent of my experience playing as Romulans in this campaign. But I prefer to have more numbers, and in terms of raw damage, 2 Plasma S torpedoes will do more damage than a Plasma R. But the Plasma R has better range, I believe. So, I prefer the twin S's to a single R. It's one of the reasons why I was a little bit gun-shy about switching to the first light dreadnought we picked. Because it was basically the same thing, except it swapped one of the S's for an R. But, close enough. So we're coming around. Yeah, he's got no power. He's down to 0.5 points of speed. So most of his warp reactor is completely out. And we're just moving in to mop up on him. USS Delta never stood a chance. To be fair, it was an HVX with a big X at the end, so it wasn't just a Phaser X refit. This was a full-on, well, not full-on, it was a ship sort of designed using older design principles, but with X-type equipment, instead of an older style ship with X-type weapons just replacing its old stuff. So, moving in to secure more areas, this is going to be a major thorn in our side, 15-9. We're probably going to avoid it until we can get a little bit more firepower in, but we do need to continue to secure the area around 13-9. Especially probably need to hit 13-10 here. Because as you can see, we are on a very narrow neck right now. So we're going to want to open that up a little bit. Let's pop home, go to the supply. Yeah, 19 points. Wow, quite a few more. 2 19s and a 9. Don't need any shuttles because we rarely use them. I'll buy a couple more Marines, a couple more spare parts. And that's going to do it for today's episode. Yeah, we're really going to focus on 1310 here, widen that neck up so we don't get cut off easily, and then we'll continue to circle the planet so that we can hold it quite well. Anyway, I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.